Welcome to part 1. In this section, we're going to cover some Excel basics. And I have no assumption that you have any Excel skills. Some things it might sound like I'm explaining too slowly, sometimes too fast. Of course, you can re-listen to any information, and if something's not clear, please reach out. Now, all of the learn videos that I'm going to make are going to have to they're going to have to deal with this, they're dealing with this budget. And so I wanted to explain a little bit about this budget. Just like when you do your homework, all the homework is going to be about some seatbelt data. So I like to keep it the same data that you're working with throughout the course. Okay, so when you open up this spreadsheet, remember we said, well, first of all, there are 3 different tabs. There's a tab called Pretty Budget. This budget looks really nice. Okay. And then there's the raw data, which this was generated from. And then there's a Learn tab where we're going to actually recreate the Pretty Budget. Just to explain a little bit about this budget. So this is not a personal finance class, so I'm going to try to refrain from too much detail. I could talk about this a long time, but basically this is an example monthly budget where you write the money that's coming in. So this is a 2-person earning family. So each month, this person's bringing in $3,000 and this person's bringing in $3,000. You see that there's a little purple mark. That's a note. And when you hover over it, it says 15% for retirement investing in health insurance is taken out of the paychecks before these amounts appear. So these are the amounts after investing money has been taken out and also health insurance. And you'll see down at the bottom that the total money in is $6,000, which is the sum of what's at the top. You are not going to be able to click on any of these cells because I've protected this sheet. I protect sheets a lot, especially if I'm sending things to clients and you don't want the client to screw something up. But we're going to be recreating this, and I don't want you to just copy and paste it, and that's why I protected it. Okay, so then we have our monthly going out, and they're broken into different categories. We have our savings category, the categories that we save for each month. So for example, we're saving $50 for clothing each month. What are these numbers? The -00, the -60. These are little sub-accounts at a credit union. Every account has little sub-accounts that you can use for saving they're called sinking funds. So like I don't need Christmas money every month, but I want to save money every month. So $100 goes into 63, and then when I'm ready for Christmas shopping, the $1,200 would be there. So these are not the numbers for my family, but this was inspired by my own family budget so that it could have a realistic feel to it. Notice the emergency fund, I have 0. So this is pretending that the emergency fund is full, but if you ever had to use it, then you would start putting money in it until it got to the correct level. Okay, but there are different categories. Some categories are handled in cash. Like I get $40 of spend money. I'll tell you I spend it on coffee. That's okay. Then we have bills, and then we have debt. So those are our categories, and the total money in added up to $6,000. The total money out adds up to $6,002. And so the balance, which is the money in minus the money out, is 0. So this is called a zero balance budget. The idea is that you spend every dollar on paper before the month begins, before you spend any dollar. Okay, so there's the Pretty Budget. Now, let's practice saving. So to save, you go to File, and then we'll save as. You should have already done this in the previous part, but we're practicing. And then you choose where you want to save it. I'm going to go to my place where I'm going to save it, which is going to be, I've got a nice sequence. Yours might be easier to find, but I want to put mine where I prefer to save it. So here. And when you save something for the second time, they'll say it already exists. You want to replace it? Yes. Okay, so we're saving. And now we can start by recreating take this raw budget and turn it into the pretty one. And we'll start that in the next video.